Hey guys, I'm James, Tobias, and I'm a senior. I'm Buddy Duran, and I'm a freshman.
And I'm Annie Puglisi, and I'm also a freshman, and we're the Imagine team.
Hello, friend.
Today we got something exciting that you can do on Valentine's Day with science. We got set the science kit worksheets. We got what is the roly poly. Yeah, so roly poly. Okay, so we're gonna read, and you guys follow along. The science tools help us observe, describe, and qualify our world. Some tools are actually physical objects, such as the magnifying glasses, that helps us observe the world with more detailed ways. Provided young students with experiences using the tools, symbols, but with authentic ways to help them build a foundation for more nature understanding about objects and the world. In this activity, students will be introduced in magnifying glass and how they help scientists observe things up close. And right here we have the big idea, which is science tools help us observe, describe, and qualify our world. Students will be introduced to magnifying glass, then how they help scientists observe things up close. So that's part of the lesson.
And this lesson helps students to make observations as they look closely down on objects and ask scientific questions about the object attributes.
And the best media resource to use is Sit the Science Kit. 6 questions, how the roly polies move. And there you can find vocabulary words as magnify, magnifying glass, and observe. And there is all the materials. We got a picture of a roly poly, magnifying glass or other magnifying tools such as tabletop, magnifiers and spending jobs with magnifiers, one for each student. Small objects with tiny parts or details that are difficult to see, bugs, leaves, flowers, shells. Small baskets, large chart paper, yard stick crayons or markers. I Spy printable copy, 1 copy per student, and pencils 1 per student. Okay, let's go to the next couple page. As you can see, there is the teacher prep. So they use a large chart paper, eye on the lie down in the middle of the paper, and landscape orientation. On the left side, you will write eyes. On the right side, you will write magnifying glass. This will be the chart used the model drawing and observation. A small object with magnifying glass. You're going to place 1 basket of small items on each table for students to share during the magnifying glass exploration activity.
And this lesson's activity, you should tell students that today we're learning about a special science tool to help us make observation of a tiny detail that magnifies details on magnifying glass. So let your students know that they are going to think, talk, and work like a scientist. Become kids or science tools. This tool too. They're going to do great science activities to learn about a special science tool. And they're going to watch Set the Science Kid in part so they can talk about what they see. And from there, they introduce a PBS Kids show, Sid the Science Kid, where Sid is a kid who uses science to help him learn about the world and find answers to his questions. And they show the clip Sid's question, how the roly-poly move, ask questions such as, what kind of pet does Sid have? What question is Sid wondering about his roly-polies? Why can't he answer that question? How can Sid find out how roly-polies move? If a student is unfamiliar with what roly-polies look like, share a picture of a roly-poly. And then show a clip of runtime magnification. Reveal the word magnify, a science word that means to make things look bigger. Ask students questions such as, how will the tube magnify help Sid find out how roly-poly moves? And can they, everyone want to see if they can think of any tool that makes something look bigger. And for number 6, show students a magnifying glass explaining the different parts. And, for example, the handle, the lens. And remind students that this is a science tool, not a toy. And they should use it with care, by holding the handle, and do not use your finger to touch the glass part. And then show the clip Super Fab Lab magnification observation. Reveal the student what they have watched. Like, what the science tool did Sid learn about? What does a magnifying glass do? Did Sid find out how roly-polies move? How does roly-polies move?
There's some instructions that goes with it. Before distributing magnifying glasses to students, ask how we can be safe while using them. If a student never uses a magnifying glass, they will need time to simply explore how to use it. Plan on providing a few minutes for students to safely explore the classroom using the magnifying glass. If focused on the explorations, you tell students that they will now be looking closer at the small object on the table. Circulate in the room and ask, look at one small object without a magnifying glass. What do you see? Now they're going to use the magnifying glass to look at the same object. What new things you can see. You can call students to return their whole class area. And then you're going to use prepared chart paper to model record the observation and a magnifying object. And as you draw the object, narrate what you're drawing and why. And I saw a little stripe myself, so I am adding stripes there too. So, while thinking about label for the drawing, call on a student to help us sound out the initial sounds of words. And how you extend the learning, you should tell students to choose one object they want to observe as scientists. They can go over activity sheet with students. Use the I Spy activity sheet that students will draw and observe object without a magnifying glass. And students can add labels to their drawings with the help of the teachers as needed.
For the suggested books, we would suggest you can use a magnifying glass by Willie Beltlevens, Miffy's Magnifying Glass by Dick Bruna, and Some Bugs by Angela DeTerza. And the suggest for the PBS Kid is Eleanor's Nature Adventure. And the parent resource is for Sit the Science Kid for parents and science activities. That's all.
And for the activity, we have the I Spy worksheet. They're going to choose the eye object to observe and what they noticed about them, only using your eyes, and then look at it again with the magnifying glass, and what do you notice about them now? So you're gonna draw what you see. Alright, thank you guys so much for tuning in with me. We will see you guys soon in the next video from the Imagine team. Bye.